There's been a couple times my girlfriend Susan has asked like, hey, remember when we did that thing? And I lose boyfriend points. Hi, my name is Chris. And my memory sucks. Like, it sucks so bad. So your boy here really relies on digital preservation as much as possible. Photos, videos, audio recordings, whatever I can get my hands on. I like offload the job of memory to things that can't forget. You know, growing up, my family always had a camera on hand, which I'm so grateful for. Because honestly, that's the reason I can remember anything.
Hi, my name is Kristen Porter Howard. I am 10 right now. I love Pokemon and Star Wars.
And so, you can imagine the absolute horror that washed down me when, as a child, I was carrying our family's hard drive that contained all of our photos from the past 3 years and tripped down a flight of stairs. I was totally fine, I was unhurt, but the sinking feeling in my stomach as I watched it tumble down these stairs and then smash on the ground and shatter. Yeah, okay, I'm kind of reinterpreting. Originally, I was more just worried about having to tell my father what I just done, but looking back now, the main effect that this moment in time had was that I can't remember most of my early teenagehood. Your boy's got his early childhood and late teenagehood locked away. But when I try and remember those very important formative years, it's just foggy, like echoey and lost to me. That's scary that I don't remember this incredibly important time in my life. But this did teach me a very valuable lesson. And now that I've grown up and I'm in control of my own, like, digital memories, your boy's very meticulous, especially with how clumsy he is. I'm very strict about backups for that very reason. Every night, maybe I shouldn't be telling the entire internet this, but I've already shared with you every other aspect of my life. Every night I sync any photos and videos and audio recordings or journal entries, whatever I can, to multiple redundant hard drives, encrypted cloud backups, as well as like offline powered off hard drives just for redundancy's sake. And this has saved me a couple times. Like recently when I was trying to clone one hard drive that was full of precious memories onto a second empty drive, your boy here accidentally switched up the naming. And I mirrored the empty hard drive onto the one with precious family memories. So then I just had 2 empty drives. Way to go, Chris! Way to go! But it's because of my incredibly painful mistake in the past that the lesson of meticulous backups has been drilled into me so hard, and I was fine. I can't fix my clumsiness anymore. Believe me, I've tried. But I can work around it, and I can put up safeguards that prevent me from doing any real damage. And that is the lesson. The loss becomes a little bit less painful, a little bit, when you utilize it to learn and grow for the future. Still sucks though. I wonder what puberty was like for me. I guess that's really that's kind of the moral of this video summed up, but I just want to keep telling you about my little project because I'm really happy about it. The one problem with this whole task of being the memory organizer is, organization. Unfortunately, many of the original hard drives that these memories were stored on are lost in one of the moves, or just we're in North Carolina. And I'm on the other side of the country. Thankfully, in my late teenagehood, I backed a lot of these photos up to multiple different cloud services like Google Drive, Flickr, Shutterfly? And so for the past 2 months, in addition to, college and all of that stress, I've begun this project of consolidating all of these into one central location. And this This is not a simple process, because first I have to remember which cloud services hold which year's photos, trying to like log into accounts that have not seen the light of day in a literal decade, mass downloading them, which some services don't allow you to do that. You have to manually do it each individual photo one by one, and when you have hundreds, that takes quite a while. And then I rename the image because IMG_0143 tells you nothing about what it is, but when you rename it to year, month, day, hour, minute, second, then it, oh my gosh, it's so easy to sort. And finally, because I'm like grabbing these from so many different places, your boy's got duplicates on top of duplicates, and some of them have been compressed and some of them are the original, so trying to figure those out, as well as going through and like rotating images that need to be rotated and just deleting the crap ones that should never have been preserved for this long. It's a process, man. I'm only up to 2008. It is tedious and difficult and mind-numbing and stressful, especially when you're trying to do it when you should be focusing on college, but to me is worth every second. As long as I can keep this project, this absolute definitive collection of digital memories safe, I will appreciate it for the rest of my life. I know that. Oh, and you know what's like an unintended consequence, but really funny? Seeing how many like blurry or out of focus or just kind of not that interesting pictures that I've stored and saved and transferred from place to place throughout the years has really made me like cull and cultivate the photos that I'm taking now in 2021. Every image I take is considered, renamed, face tagged, keywords applied, captioned, location data encoded, and pretty much any context and information that I can keep and preserve for the future me, or honestly even maybe my children one day. This is a lesson that I've learned from my great-grandparents, who took many photos of their day, left many film pictures, and ones that I would love to add to my personal collection here, but there's no information. There's no date. There's no telling who these people in the photos are. Are they in our family? Are they like their friends? I have no idea. And unfortunately, we'll never know. And this is extremely frustrating. So I've just been scanning them into a folder called Unknown. And unless I can get some information from anyone that knew them, that's where they're gonna stay. Which sucks, because the amount of stories and the memories that those preserve are lost forever. And I guess that's another example of trying to learn from the mistakes of the past and utilize those lessons for progress in the future for both myself and maybe future generations. And so will all of these, like both my great-grandparents as well as my memories, may be lost forever, the improvement and the contribution they've made towards the future is very real and very strong and very good. There's a lesson in everything. And hey, with these videos, here's to the past 7 years of my life that I will never, ever forget. Like this day. See, still definitely have a lot more to go in this room to set it up back to normal, but do you like this filming setup? I truly do. Except for the underlight that's hitting me though. It's a little bit harsh, but I'm just using a window that's right there.